This video is going to cover the basics of reviewing and resolving discrepancies. In this video, we will look at a common discrepancy and resolve it. Discrepancies can be resolved at the Cubex solution as well as in MyQLink. The first discrepancy we will review will be done at the solution. First thing I need to do is log into Cubex. I can do this using my manual login credentials, or I can use my fingerprint. If I have discrepancy review or discrepancy resolve permissions, then I will see the resolve discrepancy button at the top of the screen. I'm a discrepancy reviewer, and I will explain the difference shortly. Click on resolve discrepancy, and that will take me to my list of open discrepancies. Go ahead and click on this and hit resolve discrepancy. And this screen is similar between both the Cubex solutions and MyQLink. Here in the top right is a transaction key, which tells you what each of the transaction types mean when you see them on this grid. This top part is information about the drug, where it lives, the container number, etc. Then down here is the actual transactional information. The pink column is where the discrepancy was actually discovered. Cubex provides the two prior transactions to the discovery of the discrepancy, as well as subsequent transactions if they exist. This helps to look at all of the information collectively to help discover why the discrepancy may have happened. If we start here on the left and we look at the type row, this is a B transaction or an issue. So this person went in and was issuing out some medication for a patient. The computer thought that there was 1.7 mils. I needed to take 0.6 mils for my patient, which resulted in 1.1 mils being left in this container. On the next transaction, this also is a B transaction or an issue. Cubex thought that there was 1.1 mils. I needed 1 mil for my patient, and that left me with 0.1 mil left in this container. For the next transaction, you can see that the computer thought that there was 0.1 mil of this left from this transaction, which is the starting amount of the discrepancy transaction. I go in and I need more than what Cubex thinks there is, so this is a forced countback situation. Cubex thought that there was 0.1 mil left. The forced countback required me to count what was left in the bottle, and I actually found 0.03. And I took that 0.03 because I actually needed more than that for my patient. And this ultimately gave me a discrepancy of 0.07 from this container. So 0.07 on a 20 ml container, I'm going to chalk that up to hub loss. So I'm going to use my drop down here and choose hub loss. The discrepancy reasons that show up in this drop down are customizable in MyQLink, and I will show that in the next video. So now that I've chosen hub loss, I'm going to click Resolve Discrepancy. Resolving discrepancies does require a witness for each one. And now I'm back to my discrepancy resolution screen, and it's empty because I resolved or reviewed that discrepancy. Now again, I'm a discrepancy reviewer, so my discrepancy that I just quote unquote resolved went into a nurse queue. So now I need somebody to log into the cabinet that has discrepancy resolution permissions in order to fully resolve the discrepancy and make it part of the drug log. So now I'm going to hit home. I'm going to hit exit. And now my admin comes along and they are going to log in. And this person is a discrepancy resolver. So now when I hit resolve discrepancy, it does take me to the discrepancy resolution screen, and there are not any discrepancies here. So these would be any discrepancies that haven't been reviewed or resolved at all. I do have a discrepancy in my nurse reviewed list. So this is the discrepancy that was just reviewed. So now I'm going to click on it. I'm going to click resolve discrepancy. And it's going to give me the exact same information as the discrepancy reviewer, only this time, the information that the discrepancy reviewer put in for this resolution is now at the bottom in the discrepancy notes. So I'm going to look at the data, and then I'm going to look at the reason that was entered, and if that all makes sense and is appropriate, then I, as the resolver, will then click Resolve Discrepancy. Again, I'm resolving a discrepancy on a controlled substance, so it does require a witness. And now my nurse reviewed list is also empty. So that discrepancy has been fully resolved.